5-4, Kyren Wilson leads Judd Trump. A very, very tense frame to end the session this afternoon. Can the world champion win his first title as world champion here this evening? Or will it be Judd Trump, the world #1, and top off a brilliant week for him?
As in neutral, we were hoping there wouldn't be any more than one frame in it. We'd like to see this go the distance. Both in form, both full of confidence, both very well matched. And that certainly proved the case today.
That last frame of the session felt like such a big one. It had been a brilliant standard up until that final frame where it became very tense, very scrappy. No less important, of course. Judd Trump had a chance to win it and give himself the advantage coming into this evening, but it was Kyren Wilson who found a way. What a matchup this is. Two players at the peak of their powers, battling it out to become the first ever champion here.
Judd might have to settle for playing just a dump shot. He's just checking that if he does play that, nestle up to the red, what he would leave. Maybe he's afraid. Needs to be careful here. The black's in play if he catches it too thick. Played it well. Nice little glance on the yellow to get to the cushion.
Possible chance of a red to right corner here, 3 down from the pink. Caught it too thick and the black did come into play, although much to Kyren's relief, he's found the cue ball some way back to baulk. Judd Trump, of course, winner of 5 titles last season, won the Shanghai Masters at a canter last month, looking to keep his unbeaten record here in China intact. Kyren Wilson, of course, with other ideas. Hoping to spoil the party, quite literally, as Judd Trump celebrated his 35th birthday this week, looking to give himself the best birthday present possible. I was lucky if I got a tenner in a birthday card, never mind 177,000 to trouser if he wins here. Long way to go in this match, first to 10.
Similar to most of the frames earlier on, both players looking for control, trying to take the initiative. It's opening gambit in each frame, and it has proved important. Generally, whoever got in first good chance, won the frame. Little sign there, Judd's not absolutely top of his game. We'd expect him to pot that, but also the fact he played the deep screw to try and bring in an element of safety. A very confident Judd Trump would have kept the white closer to the possibly blue. Didn't get into the white the way he would have wanted there. Not sure if the red closest to the left middle is cuttable. Looks very thin. But the fact that Kyren didn't have the white tighten the cushion, Judd was able to get to the bottom of the white and screw it back. Beautifully struck shot.
There's not many places on a snooker table that Judd Trump can't pot from. This is one of them.
Ground ball. Judd Trump, 1.
Could see a trademark long red from Judd Trump. Finally, he's missed a number of long balls in this match and this tournament. He's not been quite as devastating from range as we so often see. Struck that one nicely though. And he's got control of the table for the time being.
Looks a nice target there behind the brown. Played it beautifully. Little tap on the table from Kyren. That little shot could prove very rewarding. Difficult to hit a red. Nearly impossible to hit a red and not leave another red on.
I think Kyren realised his fate from the shot previous that he played. Couldn't do anything with it. Just tried to almost buy himself a shot. Hope that he wouldn't be in this position, because from where he left the cue ball, it almost looked a certainty that Judd would find coverage behind the brown. And these reds have become quite nicely spread early on in this frame. Kyren needs to be careful here.
Final miss, Judd Trump, 4.
Got very close to flicking off the underside of one of them reds towards the right of the table. That may have been enough to get safe down this end of the table.
Yeah, that's exactly what he played. That was a great attempt. He just needs a little glance. It's best he can hope for. That's an excellent shot. And even if Judd somehow pots a red, well, good luck to him. Couldn't have done any more on that.
Yeah, that was a brilliant shot from Kyren Wilson. Quite often we see thunderous long balls as the shots of the tournament, but quite often those little shots can go unnoticed. If Kyren doesn't get that safe, he's in big trouble, and he left nothing for Judd Trump. An excellent shot from Kyren Wilson.
Yeah, that kind of shot, it's as much about attitude than anything else. Couldn't have been too critical if he just bent down, hit it harder for a couple of cushions, and thought he might get away with it. Get the patience and the discipline just to wait to find not just a shot, but the shot. They're good signs. Signs of a champion, to be honest.
1.
Kyren's previous safety just pushed that red closer to the left corner. Judd
5.
dispatched nicely. This is the first good chance of tonight's final session.
6.
Another
9.
feature of today's play has been, at certain times, Judd's willingness just to take those extra couple of seconds. See, like at the start of the break, he's planning
10.
it out. Feels he gets the first key shot right. Once he's done that, has the ball the way he wants, then he reverts back to his usual fluent, heavy scoring.
Seventeen.
Made a good attempt there to free the black up. Again, you feel if you can just pot this, come around the back of the black, and the black at the same pocket, becomes a great chance.
It was a tentative one. Little jabby one for Judd there, didn't quite get through it as he would have liked.
18.
That was the shot that was going to set him off in this break.
Almost the kind of shot, it's only after you play it, you kind of realise, actually didn't have to be that precise. He had a little bit more margin for error. Because even if that white continues on, even if he ends up high on the black, he's still okay. Again, he was just that one shot away from making it a great chance. Looks like he'll have to take his medicine, try and play a good safety shot.
Blue. Judge Huang, 18.
It always looked very difficult to predict the winner of this match coming into it. You have to say Kyren probably has played the better snooker of the two this week, but Judd Trump's run in events and dominance in snooker in recent times, he probably made him slight favourite, but as I say, so tough to predict a winner. Always felt like it could go close. Their most famous meeting, I suppose, the first time they ever met in a major final, was on Chinese soil, of course, back in 2015, the Shanghai Masters. That went the distance, 10-9 Kyren. Kyren was in front pretty much all the way through that match. Judd Trump was just clinging on to him. Could we see this one go the distance tonight? So the long red from Kyren not finding its intended destination. Good chance now for Judd Trump. Already in front in this first frame. Real opportunity now to seal the deal and level things up once again.
Four. 5. 8. 9.
'Previous red was nicely played with the top right-hand side, just
16.
around the angles. Again, 39 ahead, still a bit more work to do. But if he was to somehow miss, there's plenty of insurance with those reds on the side cushion.
17.
With the red in open play, and probably the red closest to the right corner, had the best chance to get the 2 more he would need to make sure Kyren would require snookers.
22. 23.
And you felt in the context of the match, this frame is more important for Judd. Still early in the proceedings, but didn't want to be 2 frames behind.
Well played the cannon into the red and pink. And wasn't all that close to it. So now Judd Trump, this red from further away than he would have liked. Played it well. Nicely controlled cannon to the black, which of course puts him 61 ahead with just 59 remaining.
$38. 39. 39.
Kyren had a quick look at the scoreboard. Again, first frame of the evening. Probably meriting hitting a few balls. Even if he doesn't win the frame, just a little bit more table time. Just settling down. Probably made the decision to come back on the basis that if he did get a snooker in the last red with a free ball on the black, he could then win. That equivalent of 12 points difference can often make the decision. And if you can get a nice little cannon on the red and leave it close to the pink. So then ideally he could stun the red around, guaranteed a snooker. Doesn't want to stick on this red either.
Well, in playing that shot, you can't get
16.
too much distance between cue ball and object ball. Judd will be nailed behind the pink.
Kyren, 16.
Couldn't do too much with that.
Foul. Kyren, 4.
Yeah, the way Judd got down quickly to play it, I thought it was fairly easy, but it was only when you seen it from the side angle, you seen how he had the butt of the cue up in the air that it was tricky. Chance here for Kyren though. What we talked about, getting behind the black and potential for a free ball. And that's an absolute gem. Difficult to hit.
Very good shot. Kyren Wilson has just played there. To cut off the right balk side cushion as well was important. There's a lot of traffic in the balk. The yellow is a problem ball.
If he plays at a pace and misses, he'd leave a free ball. If he plays it slowly and misses, he's going to walk into another good snooker. It's difficult to hit, which I actually feel he's going to have to hit it.
He's going 2 cushions round the back of the yellow. He's got to be so accurate. Yeah, brilliant shot, Judd Trump. Fantastic. That was not easy to hit. But the trauma for him may not be over just yet. Kyren Wilson can send this red past the brown. Control the object ball. Get the cue ball welded in behind one of these balk colours. Be in big trouble again. Yeah, another good shot. Another shot that is not easy to hit.
Foul. Kyren, 4.
Always hard to judge coming up one cushion. All of a sudden, Kyren's got the bit between his teeth. Only needs one snooker.
Didn't quite find the line there to get that cue ball in behind the yellow. The biggest target on the table. Now can Judd snip this in?
The fact that the red is so close to the pocket, you can play for the black and look for a snooker from the yellow, which is nicely placed. Yeah, you can see Kyren mouthing wow to himself. That would have looked good. It's a reprieve for Judd. He's the chance to get the snooker. Kyren's just come down to see, is it possible? Play 2 cushions. He's not just thinking about hitting it. Can he get right in behind? If he got this perfect, he could actually get a snooker himself.
Oh, brilliant shot, Kyren Wilson. He knew exactly what he was intending to do there. Had to judge the swerve off the side cushion. Brilliant. There was always that chance when the object ball came away from the cushion, just enough room for the cue ball in behind, that shot was on. Still had to execute it.
Yeah, trying to catch it half ball. Little bit unfortunate, you'd have to say, with the shot he played, that Judd didn't leave him a chance of getting a snooker. Judd Trump won't mind. That puts the frame to bed. To work a little bit harder for it in the end. The result is still the
Green
same.
ball. Judd Trump 1. And the frame.
Yeah, Judd Trump making sure Kyren Wilson doesn't come out of his chair. He's level the match. It's 5-all.
请抓紧时间入座。快点吧，坐下吧。
Some people coming in a bit late, just
Frame
settling
11.
down.
Judd Trump to break.
Not for the first time in this match. Judd has left that red to left corner. Like most pros, the shot Kyren's very good at.
So this long red is available for Kyren Wilson. Cue ball close to the baulk cushion. Just came round to have a little glance at the black. Does he try and pot this, fully commit, drop it in and hold, or top it through back up for baulk or blue? He's fully committed. Shake of the head in disappointment. I think a phone just went off on his backswing as well, which was far from ideal. Anyway. Chance in amongst them for Judd Trump. Of all the meetings they've had down the years, Kyren and Judd, they've only ever played 2 matches of best of 19 or greater.
9.
The Shanghai Masters final back in 2015. Quarterfinals of the 2020 World Championships. Both of those matches Kyren won. So on that knowledge,
16.
he does seem to have the better of the two over the distance in the longer matches.
17.
Such a hard match player. Has to be.
Two. 23.
Putting the last red. Didn't
28.
put too much emphasis on the cue ball. He would have probably have some shot in the blue. From playing it, obviously, brought him further up the table, so the pot's not really a problem. Can he control the white and get position?
$29.
Wasn't guaranteed at all to be on a colour. Just fully committed to the pot. Just relying on a little bit of luck. Which don't think he's had, of course, potential for this blue, but long, difficult pot to try and play for red. So that's you just trying to find a different option, a safer and probably smarter option. Where he's gone to the table there is looking for a spot on the ball cushion, basically in the line between the brown and then that red.
Yellow ball.
The yellow obviously provides it.
Jiao Chong, 29.
Both frames, Judd's been in with the best chance, but in both frames hasn't made the most of it. Would have liked that white closer to the side cushion. Would have restricted Judd's options. Obviously, clearly get at the bottom of the white if he wants. Get any part of the white, whereas tighten the side cushion. Obviously, just can only play at the top.
Ball.
Again, the fact he was able to get at the bottom,
Kyren,
he elected to play the
four.
screw shot. But he ended up screwing back in off.
Didn't know where to look there. The red, the white, the red again. There was all sorts happening, but the bottom line is he's gone in off and, well, can Kyren get through to this red? That is very, very tight. Yeah, brilliant shot from
Wow.
Kyren Wilson. Nothing wrong with his eyes.
Or was queuing.
球员出杆的时候，请保持安静，大家控制一下，好吧？
Yeah, and I'm not surprised Kyren's just gone to take a minute there. There's been a number of times throughout this whole match that just as he's bringing the cue back, there's been a bit of noise, whether it be a phone or someone coughing. Just need to try and contain themselves while the player's on the shot. When the arena is so quiet, you can hear a pin drop. The littlest of things can just affect your concentration. Kyren doing the professional thing there, stepping away, resetting, going again.
9.
It's obviously more distracting if you feel that little bit of disturbance in the crowd. is only happening when you're at the table. Judging by Kyren's reaction, that wasn't the first time that had happened.
$16. 17. $24.
Pretty much a guaranteed 3 reds, 3 blacks
25.
here before Kyren needs to consider how best to attack the left side of the table. We'll need 2 of those reds. Just having a little glance at that now.
32.
All this going through his head as he's playing, planning his route.
$33. $40. $41.
Well, he's just come up a little lower than he would have liked. Just needs to nip into this cue ball now, try and kill the pace of the white, hold for the red. That's about as best he could have done from that position.
48.
So 1 good pot, nicely on the black, to get back over for those reds.
Conversion.
Well, it made the
48.
difference being a little further away than he would have liked. The previous shot from red to black wanted to be slightly straighter on the black to allow himself to get closer to that red. Still 23-point lead in this frame. The yellow is an insurance ball for Kyren, but that again, another very well controlled shot from Judd Trump.
Four miss. Judd Trump 4. It's okay. 掉眼眼了。
Yeah, it's very important exactly where the white is. That's what just getting put up on the screen. Let's fill that circle there.
Well, he's made contact with the red, Kyren Wilson, but the cue ball has just drifted past, which means Judd can pot this red to left corner.
One.
And he's had a pretty favourable flick on the pink. And he just had a little look at the red to middle. I think it may be too thin to try and promote the other red from the cushion from this shot. He's tried it. Good attempt.
7.
Well, he does have a similar shot to left corner that he's just knocked in. Seemed to take a minute to go and stand behind it and have a look at it. Blue is slightly a problem ball where Judd needs to get his body comfortable for that shot. Possibly the double.
加创 7.
So as a couple of frames have already gone in this match, it's coming down to the wire. And another long red from Judd Trump goes astray. Far from straightforward cueing. His bridge hand was a little bit awkward by that blue.
请把手机关机。
There you see a nice shot from Judd again, nailing Kyren. No access to either red here, so it's going to be off the cushion. These moments in this match are so key, so important. You feel like this match is going to go all the way, which makes these close frames all the more important. So can Judd pot this red, leave himself an angle on a colour to try and promote the red and yellow? There's a possibility he could bring them both into play with one shot.
1.
So it looks as if he's going to attack them from the green, the angle of which the cue ball is coming at them from a diagonal increases the likelihood of getting close, but wasn't able to. Oh no, where's this green going?
Four.
In the worst place for Judd Trump.
Judd Trump 4.
Just made a difference. Instead of Judd being able to push the red down the table, play the first good safety, it's Kyren's chance. Could even snooker Judd. It's also taken the yellow off the cushion and brought it into play, so this red ball is effectively frame ball.
Well, Kyren desperately hoping for one of those colours to be in the way of this red. Nothing has saved him. So, barring a mistake from his opponent, he's presented the chance for Judd to win this frame now. One good pot here, you feel. And he's missed it again. Wow. So often today, Judd Trump has just not been at the races from distance.
Yeah, and it wasn't particularly difficult. Didn't have to do a lot with the cue ball. And it was interesting to see there as he brought the cue back and much it bent underneath him. But anyway, it's Kyren with a chance. I feel he just has to pot it, go down the table, maybe on some colour. Yeah, the little acknowledgement of the hand means he's covered Judd. He looked disappointed. He knew if he potted that, massive favour to win the frame. The fact it's come off the cushion, harder to nestle into it. Had a look at the swerve.
Well, he was relying on that red travelling towards a side cushion, Judd Trump. It always looked to cushion escape that that red could go close to either corner or middle pocket. It was all about pace. And he's misjudged it.
1.
So Kyren Wilson already with a lead in this frame. Chance again to go back in front. Judd Trump left to ponder over where his long game has disappeared to.
Yeah, losing frames like this when you put so much
6.
time and effort in, they hurt.
Eight. $11.
We've had 11 frames, 3 of them being scrappy. Looks like Kyren's going to win 2 of those 3. Said at the start, whoever wins the majority of the scrappy frames, I think will win the match. They're going to get periods and spells where they play very well and win frames one visit, which the frames up
20.
for grabs are going to decide it.
$26. Kyren Wilson.
And it's Kyren Wilson that has won that frame. He now leads 6 frames to 5.
Kyren Wilson to break.
There's never been more than 1 frame in this final. Kyren will be looking to change that. He's left this red. See Judd gearing himself up for it.
One.
As I mentioned a couple of times this week, that red from the break-off is crucial when you consider the time and effort Kyren put in to win that frame. Even went to the toilet after to compose himself and regroup. And then from his first shot, a shot he's played thousands of times, he's left Judd, by Judd's standards, an easy enough red. And the issue is not that he pot the red. The issue is that he mightn't miss again till it's 6-all.
Yeah, and it was a particularly good opening red because Judd has missed a number from distance, and with every miss from range, your confidence just slightly goes with that type of shot. You'll never turn down a long red. It just made it that little bit more difficult. It was a very nice opener from Judd Trump.
13. $14. $19.
You can pot red,
20.
black, and then remove the red directly above the black. Leave himself an angle on the black to go into the reds. That would be ideal. He'd like to be straight on this red, because he'd be looking
27.
for somewhere parallel on the black to then screw into those reds and drag the red out. He can't do that here now. He's going to be pushing the other red out the way.
28.
Now he doesn't have that option to screw in and drag the red out. It's a more difficult pack to go into. So only one
35.
more loose red available for Judd Trump.
$36.
So when he pots this pink, he'll look to try and hold the position of where the pink is currently. That will leave him on the red to right corner. And now he has to get an angle. Well, he has an angle on the red. Does he choose to screw the red in? Get the white into the pack and back out, up for blue or balk? You can see in his eyes, this is what's going through his head, making this decision. He likes this type of shot.
42.
Well, decided to top it through.
43.
Not done all that much damage to the pack. Does the red at the top go?
$47. 48. 53.
Didn't have a lot of pace on the white at all. Considering could have been a lot worse than this. It's given him a shot. Played it quick, cued it quick. It was difficult,
Just one. 53.
but not a great strike on it. Might have been a little bit frustrated. He had something better. And good start to the frame, 53 ahead. Let's see, has that red on the left cushion as a bit of insurance. Things could change quickly in this frame, particularly if Kyren pots this.
One.
And straight into the heart of the pocket. And he's nicely on this blue, top side. So Kyren's turn to check the top of the pack. Does that red go?
Six.
Just having a look at those two reds closest together by the pink. Maybe a plant. Don't think the pink is in the way of stopping that. So it's going to be the plant.
Seven.
Well, that cue ball just kept on rolling. It looked a dead cert to pull up before the balk line.
Considering the plant looked
Blue ball.
fairly easy, you thought his priority would have been to keep the white short. This is a difficult blue. Yeah, I think that shot selection is a byproduct of the frustration he
Everton.
felt for leaving
Seven.
himself in that position.
Obviously trying to stay positive, Kyren Wilson. Didn't want to allow Judd to potentially see any weakness in running away from that opportunity.
One.
Felt obliged to take that blue on and try and keep his hopes alive of a steal in this frame, but surely now with that miss, Kyren's hopes have gone.
He'd be frustrated that with that plant he didn't leave himself short of the balk line. Could have had a choice of
Fine.
the three. Just an unnecessary risk. Just putting himself under pressure unnecessarily.
Six.
You don't have to win the frame in one visit. He could have guaranteed snooker behind a ball colour Again, it's a fine line between being brave
12.
and not having the percentages in your favour. Sometimes that
13.
decision can be backed depending on whether you pot the ball or not, but it always felt like a risk he didn't have to take.
$20. $21.
Yet again, we're going to have parity in this match. Getting down to best of 7 now. Beautiful shot.
Oh, look at that for a shot.
27.
Yeah, with Judd, we're always keen that
28.
he has the frame won as soon as possible so we can start seeing some of his naughty snooker, as he calls it. This could get a bit of a hammering. It's worse he's getting.
Just on.
He won't mind.
28.
Judd Trump levels the match at 6-all. This is the last frame before the mid-session interval.
三进
Both players will be keen to win
frame
it.
13. Judd Trump to break.
Just get that lead. Of course, as we get closer to the end, that little lead has more and more significance.
It begs the question, where is this burst of inspiration going to come from? There's been nothing between these two great champions all day. Is either player able to make a run for the finish line? The storyline in finals, so often we see a spurt of 2, 3, maybe even 4 frames from a player where they just don't really miss. It doesn't seem likely that to happen today. Doesn't mean it can't, and that is a fantastic shot from Kyren Wilson. Talk about inspirational. That was an inspirational pot. Brilliant cueing. Oh, and then follows it up with a miss on the pink. Well, where has that come from? He's hit the first red so sweet, and then misses a routine pink.
Yeah, by far the worst miss of the final so far, and particularly following on from such a great red. Can only be concentration. Just got ahead of himself. Speaking of bad mistakes, the way Judd's
8.
turned away from the table as he overscrewed it. Can he just turn this round the corner? Actually,
9.
his fears weren't needed. Any hope Kyren had in the chair soon went. Always frustrating when you watch your opponent. You get a little bit of hope. Turns out they've been exaggerating it.
16.
So he may have another loose red available after this one, Judd Trump. But he's got the option to play on the pink. Try and push all those reds into play
17.
with power. Would possibly like to have been a little lower on this pink. And he's okay. He's gone through them with pace, but cue ball not where he wants it. Referee Zhang Tao just asking for a moment. Needs to get this pink in a direct line behind its own spot. Judd has reds available to right middle. Taking on board fluids, Judd Trump. We've been told it's incredibly warm out in Xian, 40 degrees. We've seen Kyren already with the sandpaper out. The wet rag on his cue, very sticky.
Yeah, you could hear the applause even before went into the
24.
pocket. That's an excellent shot.
$31. $32.
Enough of an angle here to pot this come off. And again, that red bottom of the cluster, you can see there. Same again, keep repeating it all day. If he just gets low on it, potting it, you're guaranteed to disturb the reds. Just kind of
39.
control it.
$40.
From the last red, as I said, it looked like he had the option,
47.
the angle to play the red and disturb others. A little bit fortunate to have left this plant. Plant's not absolutely set. Needs to be made. Had to be made. That's why I put an element of safety in it. Went up the table. Just having a look to see does any of those reds go. Failing that, try and go into them.
$53.
Judging by the fact he's just chalking his cue, you can see it is on. So close that red, maybe even touching ball. It didn't have an impact.
54.
And that real bad miss from Kyren. It's turned out to be very costly. Fully expect Judd to win this frame, regain the lead. And in a game of mistakes, whoever makes the least
58.
mistakes will win.
$59.
Well, that cue ball just started to drift on. It's just pulled up in time. Couple of balls away here, Judd Trump, from taking this frame. Taking a lead into the interval. It'll be the first time he's been in front since 2-1. Well, he's tried a crafty one there, and what a shot that is. He's lost the cue ball, but a great attempt.
Yeah, it's hard to think of any other player in the game that would see that or have that in their arsenal of shots. Great attempt.
The audacity of it. He's a brilliant shot maker, this man, Judd Trump.
Yeah, literally got the white to travel 22 feet to play
on.
a gentle
66.
cannon. And he hasn't done enough. 65 ahead, 67 on the table.
this looks good. May have caught it just slightly thicker than intended. He's covered the majority of the reds. Although the one red Kyren can see is the one red that is insurance for Judd Trump at the moment. So if Kyren can find refuge for this cue ball and promote this red, it's to his advantage. Couldn't see a shot to play safe. Looked at the possibility of playing the dump shot. Felt he was always leaving that red by the pink to right middle as a tempter for Judd. And you see those two reds are pretty dead set to a plant as well. If you pop the first red, the second red will go in.
One. Judd Trump. 1.
Kyren just working at the mats. Black on the side cushion is not helping his cause. Might elect to play the red off the jaws. Depends on the angle. And the fact he had an angle, he could get down for the blue.
1.
But if he was straighter, he could have played the red off the jaws down the table. Prepared to gamble on the double.
He was right behind it, straight in the heart of the pocket. So Kyren Wilson has carved himself out half a chance here to at least get himself back into this frame.
Nine.
Won't be all that pleased with that positional shot. He's got to dig deep on this cue ball, nip into this white. Well, that is a very well played shot. To control the cannon off the pink, keep himself
16.
on a red in such a way that he can play back down for the black. in just removing the pink away from that red makes it a lot easier to lay a snooker in behind off the last red. Change of plan. Just wants to pot this black, leave himself the option to stun the cue ball in behind the black, send the red up into balk. Preferably close to a balk colour.
$24. Conversion, 24.
He gambled there, Kyren, trying to get tight in behind the black. There you see 2 snookers required for Kyren Wilson, or 1 and a free ball. It's in his interest to keep this red in play.
Nicely played from Judd there. Expect Kyren to hit this. Just gives Judd a chance to play another good safety. He's got the snooker. Fully expect Judd to come off a couple of cushions. Contact with the red. Always a little bit harder after a bout of safety play and tactical play to pot. Still expected Judd to get that. I'd like to have this frame won in the dressing room already.
1.
That time Kyren didn't have the option to keep the red in play, so plan B. Red, black, and then try and lay the snooker on the yellow. Would like to probably get this cue ball into balk. Green possibly the target to lay the snooker. It's okay, you can just stun the cue ball across now.
Comparison 8.
Yeah, it's not bad. It's pretty full ball snooker. Judd Trump can get past this far enough to come 2 cushions with no problems. Well, he's missed it.
4. Comparison 4.
So all of a sudden, it's just the 1 snooker needed for Kyren Wilson.
He could have played that better. Left Judd a chance of this yellow. Which is pot.
2.
And I don't think Kyren will give up. Again, back to needing 2 snookers.
Judd Trump 2.
Well, this is a brilliant attempt. And quite expertly played. Now, is Kyren able to use this blue in any way to his advantage? Can he get the cue ball welded to it and control the green enough to lay the snooker?
Judd purposely playing the green onto the black, just take it off its spot.
It's a fairly big target now, though, the black and blue. Especially if you can separate cue ball and object ball on the diagonal line from that corner of the table to this one. Try and get blue and black as snookering balls.
Both players will be glad this frame's over to have that break, the interval. Just relax, regroup.
They didn't have a lot of time in between the afternoon and evening session here. Just shy of 2 hours to get out, reset, re-prepare for this evening session.
Foul.
Yeah, and with that foul,
4.
Kyren Wilson concedes. Judd Trump wins the frame, and at the interval, he leads 7 frames to 6.
That's it now, no more intervals. They're out there in the arena to the death. By the end of play, we will discover the first ever Xian Grand Prix champion. Who will it be? Nothing separating these two players. Never been more than a frame in it. £177,000 up for the winner. The trophy, the title. You may be thinking this has all the ingredients to go the distance, and from what we've seen so far, it would be hard to argue that. The last time they met in a major final went the distance, 10-9 Kyren Wilson to lift his first. The last time there was a deciding frame ranking event final, 2023 Grand Prix, which Judd again was on the receiving end of to Mark Allen.
One. Six. Seven.
The red to the right of the black causing an issue for Judd. Working his way down. Plenty of other reds
11.
available. This late stage of the match, a 2-frame lead could prove pivotal.
Two.
And Judd will know that. He'll have spent the last 15 minutes backstage just playing over in his mind how we'd like this final to go for the remainder. The 1-frame advantage he has, if he can turn that into a 2-frame advantage, Really puts him in the driving seat. This, of course, Judd Trump's 45th ranking final. He's won 28 of those. A win today will take him ahead of Steve Davis in the all-time ranking event win list. Kyren Wilton looking to turn this one around to bring his tally to 7 ranking titles, and the first title as the world champion.
18. $19.
That cue ball just about held up the right side of the baulk line. Now taking the chance to come down to the black spot.
21.
Wants to remove the red right of the black. That will give him full access to the black into both corner pockets.
$22. $29. 30. $37.
Shot from the black, he overran the white slightly.
Judd Trump.
Just made that
37.
red missable, which he did. Previous shot he played on the red should have been perfect on the black. Just left him that wrong side of it. Proved to be costly.
One.
Tracer right hand side just to check it up, keep it away from the cushion. Again, he's played check side and that, it's got him in trouble.
6.
Not quite hard enough. And a couple of mistakes just creeping into both players' play. Neither player's been able to take this match absolutely by the scruff of the neck.
Conversion. 6.
Both of them are playing well, but neither of them is playing great. Good picture there again of Judd's trademark movement, addressing the white with right-hand side. And as he brings the cue back, not only does he move the cue over, but his body over, back to the middle. No matter how often you see it, still looks a little bit strange. Works well for him though.
Well, this is a test of cueing. Oh, a test that Kyren Wilson has passed with flying colours. That pronounced cue action of his, he brings the cue back long, dead straight, right down the barrel of that one. Superb.
Five. 6.
Something which Kyren has worked so hard on over the years. Was on and off the tour early in his career. Went away, dissected his game, reconstructed his technique. It's almost become a trademark of his. Really long, gets the cue moving. Right back to the thumb.
12.
He's put so much emphasis on delivering that cue straight, which of
13.
course, for anyone is the main concern. If you can do that, you've got half a chance of doing well at this game, and Kyren, one of the best in the business.
$19. 20.
I remember playing alongside Kyren as a kid myself in the English events as amateurs. He always looked to have something about him. You'd never dream of believing that he'd go on to do what he has done. That really is stuff of dreams, but he's worked incredibly hard at his
26.
game over the years. His self-belief is almost unmatched.
27.
Again, another example of just how much he relies on that cue action, fully committed to that shot, stayed with it the whole way. Dropping the pink
32.
in dead weight across the table. Now the hard work begins. Could promote the other red here. Nicely played.
34.
Yeah, in the past generation of players, John Parrott had a great reputation
39.
for playing off the cushion. I have to say, Kyren is excellent.
$40.
You can see the frustration there. Potting the red, was hoping to come around the angles, didn't want to hit the pink. I think this camera angle will show. Maybe it goes, but I don't think he's going to be prepared to find out for sure.
Pink ball. conversion 40.
Took his medicine, regrouped and played a good shot.
So often we see in professional snooker frames coming right down to the last red. Seen a number of frames in this match alone go the distance. So tense out there. Both these players desperate to win this event. Don't want to give each other a sniff. Neither of them able to really get away from one another. And what a result he's had there, Judd Trump. Either side of the blue, this red is on for Kyren.
Just looking to see that gap between yellow and blue, and ideally play 2 cushions, try and push it back into bulk.
Foul.
Looked like he had the gap.
And miss. Conversion 4. Free ball.
Well, the free ball makes a big difference. Kyren may be tempted by this brown to middle, can top the cue ball down the table for the blue. Possibly got a guaranteed snooker as well. He's got options here, Kyren. Doubt he'll be having them replaced.
Yellow ball.
Making absolutely sure that the cue ball goes in behind the green there. You're not allowed to snooker in behind a nominated free ball, so as you can see, the green is the snookering ball. Two, possibly 3 cushions for Judd, trying to send the red back up the table. Needs some help.
Apology there from Kyren, a little bit of luck. As the match is going on, these kind of frames leading to battle on last red or colours become more and more frequent, more and more important. Well judged from Judd coming off that cushion.
Foul and miss. Conversion 4.
Looking for a thin edge and that to bring it back close to the black. Rather than put Judd back. Fancied playing that soft stone from distance. Would have loved the white to be a little bit further over to the left. behind the blue. Yeah, just gave Judd enough of the red to hit. Didn't play as well as he would have liked. Again, you can see Kyren come around to iron it up.
He's knocked in a couple of unbelievable balls from distance today, Kyren Wilson. Can he find another?
Of course, the more and more safety you play, the harder it is to pot those shots, particularly from distance. It's a good putt there from Judd.
1.
I see an angle on the brown to bring the yellow into play. Don't think it passes the green. Got the pot, but wasn't able to dodge the cannon.
5.
So it looks like we go again to another little mini game. With that brown though for Judd, 12 behind.
Judge Trump.
So he won't
5.
need the black if he gets an opportunity again. So you feel very much whoever puts the yellow will probably win the frame.
Is Kyren able to get in behind this yellow, send it back down the table? He's tried it. And he's not been able to control the yellow and get a full enough contact. Where's this yellow going? Over the pocket. So Judd Trump now with a real chance to extend his advantage in this final. Doesn't need the black. One good shot here from yellow to green.
Two.
Never easy to control when the object ball is so close to the pocket. Would have liked any sort of shot at this green. But from there, just too risky. The guaranteed snooker almost in behind the
Judge
pink,
Trump.
and he's played it well. Big target. The amount of times either player has got one another in a snooker today and hit it and got it safe is quite remarkable. I don't think that's ever happened to me.
Both attacking players score very heavy. But the match just kind of descended into hard match play battle.
was a good line that Judd Trump found there. That cue ball was heading in behind that pink. But with the cue ball travelling such distance, very difficult to get the perfect pace. Wasn't far away. Decision time for Kyren. Is it time to attack? Or time to play a good safety? Thin clip on the green. It's always a big target up in that corner behind the pink. When he's not got there, may have left Judd slightly hampered.
He was looking to get a snooker behind the blue. However, where he's landed, bit of a shot to nothing there in the brown. Going towards the blue if he can pot it.
Shot count 3.
Another little mini game again.
It's a pretty big swerve this as well. The blue covering quite a lot of the left cushion. Pink slightly in the way of the baulk cushion. Good shot. Had to catch the swerve late to get round that pink. Couldn't have wished for a better result, really.
Judd might be tempted playing swing around the angles, try and get around where the pink is. Certainly promote the blue as well. Nice little shot there as well. Not sure if he has the edge. Both players and the referee just having a look. Could still maybe play a little swerve to play the glance off. Put the white down the baulk end.
Well, very clever shot that Kyren's played there. Wow, dear me. How good is that? How good was that from Kyren Wilson? Worked it out perfectly. Could have forgiven him to just try and contain that situation. What a shot he's played.
For LMS conversion 7.
Hitting the black there. Just gives Kyren a little bit more insurance. If by chance Judd can hit this and get away with it, he wouldn't need that black, but he's enough on his plate at the moment. Possibility playing the corner and the middle here. Come across to have a look at the angle, pot it into the middle.
And controlled it beautifully again. Kyren Wilson, just this blue required.
9. 15.
Another long and hard one frame. Kyren Wilson won't mind. He's leveled the match at 7-all.
Frame 15. Judge Trump to break.
That safety shot, which resulted in a snooker on the brown from Kyren Wilson. Probably the best shot of the match so far, and a crucial shot as well. Didn't want to be falling 2 frames behind. 8-6, first to 10. Neither player's been able to go 2 frames ahead.
This final now has become a best of 5. First to 3 for the title. That shot from Kyren on the brown in the last frame. Unbelievable shot, unbelievable vision to even see the shot. It's not just long reds or splits on the pack, you know, attacking shots that can win you a frame of snooker. That type of shot, so very important as well.
Played it with right hand side. Come off 5 cushions to judge. Perfect. Brilliant shot. Judd felt there was value in going for that double. He would have been on the black. And was the only red he could leave. But he did leave it. Could prove costly.
Yeah.
Anytime either players look like they might go on a bit of a run and make a bit of a move, hasn't quite happened.
6.
They dragged back.
Well, you could see just on delivery there was a bit of movement with the rest head.
6.
As Kyren came through on delivery. Didn't have the rest clamped as he would have liked. Playing with plenty of power.
1.
Has a great reputation playing with the rest. Usual debate whether it's him or Sean Murphy is the best in the world using the rest. But I have noticed this week, probably at least 4 shots of note or of importance he has missed with the rest.
7.
Wasn't easy what he was trying to do. Required good cueing, a lot of power, but we just got so used to him putting everything with the rest in his hand.
Eight.
So Judd just tidying up the other end of the table, removing this red, and then his sights will be set on the pack of reds.
13.
Does anything go? If not, he's got the perfect chance to play into them.
14.
Just studying exactly where he'd like to strike. Does he go into the pink full? Does he try and drift down the left side and delicately push one? He's tried the latter.
$19.
And although he is on this red to left corner, well, he's eyeing up a plant now. Now this really would bring reds into play. Great shot.
20.
That particular shot is so easy for Judd Trump, isn't it? He gets so much cue power so easily.
25.
Very little angle, all right. Managed to force it around top left-hand side, just running around the angles. Wasn't the cleanest of putts.
26.
Managed to get high on the blue though. Rolled it in, come down for the couple of reds. Without the black on its spot, you can see how hard he's working.
31.
White ball's travelling quite a lot. Keep this break going.
$32. $37.
This type of break highlights the importance of getting top side of the blue.
38.
Makes Judd Trump's chance of winning the frame at this visit a lot easier. Does have enough reds in open play.
43.
Doesn't need to play any more cannons. It's just mind his work.
$44.
Pink being available made his life a lot easier. You can see there as well,
50.
clearly goes to the right middle as well. So he's worked hard for this chance, but it now becomes a great chance.
51.
So often we see Kyren Wilson winning the frames off a brilliant shot with the rest. This time it looks like
57.
it may cost him the frame, the mistake he made. Far from easy what he was attempting to do,
58.
but the outcome of it could be very costly. Just this red for Judd Trump.
$63. $64.
like this red to go as well, just to put it to bed.
70.
Seen a few frames dragged on. Kyren needing snookers.
71.
It's been an excellent break. Maybe Judd Trump has started his run for the line.
The
next frame becomes a must-win
77.
frame for Kyren Wilson. Cannot afford to let Judd Trump get to 9. Needs to cling on to him. Still could go either way this match. Still not
83.
confident over who I think will win.
84.
But is this the run for the line, as you say, that Judd Trump has finally made his move?
$90.
Winning in one visit will help
92.
his confidence and his rhythm. Last few frames have been dragged out a bit slower, more tactical. He can play it, that
95.
kind of game. He's very good at it. He loves one-chance snooker.
$99.
This blue for his second century of the tournament. And what a time to make it.
$104.
It's not very often Judd Trump only makes 2 tons in an event, but they've both come in the final.
4. Judd Trump 104.
As Kyren
Kyren
checks the
at
cue
6.
ball. Brilliant break from Judd Trump, 104. He goes back in the lead, 8 frames to 7.
Frame 16. Conversion to break.
Kyren will be well aware of the importance of this frame. Well struck by Judd. Just wasn't as accurate as he would have liked. Maybe that one visit break from Judd is just going to change the dynamics, the feel of the match. Sometimes when one player is playing well and scoring heavy, the other player can be caught in a slipstream.
Six.
Looks like he's just crept far enough to be on this red.
Seven.
He'd like, if he can, to get that pink out of the way from where
14.
it is. It's detached from the top of the pack, which means attacking the pack from the blue is not really an option.
$15.
Not the best pack either to go into from the black. Does have the option to go 2 cushions into the side of them. And he's tried it. Well, he's been very unfortunate there, Kyren. He's hit the reds too full. It's not very often you say that.
Yeah, it didn't have a great angle, but judged it very well. Powered it round. Some consolation, it's a touching ball, so you can be able to more or less put the white where he likes. If you can get at it, of course. It's awkward bridging. I'd love to be able to play it around the angles back to balk.
Conversion 20.
Was fearful of playing thick around the pack, potentially pushing the red close to the right pocket. Went for the thinner option. Might have left Judd with the same decision to make. Well, and Kyren can consider himself unlucky to leave a plant.
Well, talk about shot maker. What a shot he's found there. Those reds were nowhere near one another.
Yes, need to be a bit of making all right in it. And just giving him control. You can just leave the snooker.
And that shot a better shot than it looked. Not easy to rest up behind a colour when you're so close to the cushion. Although big target, 2 cushions into the back of the pack for Kyren.
Both players seem to be fearful, just leaving the white, the black cushion. It's going to give the initiative to the other player to play a telling safety. And they're also fearful of leaving a touching ball.
So Judd looking for a thin edge. Off the red 2 from the right. Just control the red into the pack. Oh, what a mistake. He's missed the red completely. Whoa, what a time for that to happen. He's trying to catch the red thin, but not that thin. He was up pretty quickly. I think he knew as soon as he'd struck it. The gift of an opportunity.
One. Six. Seven.
As we draw closer to the crux of this match, bottle
14.
plays a massive part, these 2 bags of it. It's going to come down to who makes fewer mistakes. And that mistake from Judd Trump could be very costly at the worst possible time.
$50. 22.
Kyren Wilson hasn't made a break over 50 since the 7th frame of this match. How we'd love one here.
23. $30. 31.
Keeping himself very much in the zone here, Kyren. Making that extra effort to keep his concentration and focus.
$38. 39.
They've had an anxious moment as that back
46.
went towards the pocket, just about slid in. That near jaw.
47.
And that applause signifies the crowd aware that snooker's acquired and frame over. It's been a good response. See in the last frame, Judd Trump stepped it up with a century. There's every chance
54.
Kyren's going to repay the compliment.
Kyren 54. End the frame.
You won't worry too much about that, Kyren Wilson. He's level the frame, back at 8-all.
Frame 17. Judd trump to break.
Warm applause for Kyren Wilson as he comes back into the arena after levelling the match at 8-all. Yet again, players are tied. Only ever been one frame in it at most.
And the long red overcut from Kyren Wilson, so first half chance to Judd trump this red from range. Is a chance to get in, but can he knock it in? Yeah, great shot.
One.
But again, played it slightly conservative, screwing back. Could have just stunned across the face of the blue. Still on this yellow. Blue is available as well. It's very thin though.
Run ball.
Well, you can see the brown, so trying to get the cue ball in and out of balk.
Judd trump. One.
He got the cue ball part right, but he's missed the brown.
One. Eight. Nine.
Yeah, play that with right hand side just to check it back. As you can see, it's parallel to the black. You also see him put his tip where he'd like this white to be. Like to be low. Would have potted and disturb a few reds.
16.
Landed straight, so has to go plan
17.
B. Try and split them from the black. Has to be careful he doesn't really screw into them, because he'll come off that pack, come back towards the black. Judged it well.
24.
It just caught the left-hand side of that red, so when he came back, still able to trap it in the middle of the table.
$25.
And there's plenty of reds available for Kyren now. Looks quite congested round the pink spot, but as he pots one, it will release another. So on, so forth. This is a good
29.
scoring chance. A chance that, should he take it, will take him within one of the title.
$30.
All the hours of practice you put in as a player, all with the purpose to serve you well in
37.
these moments. Because the less experienced players never quite sure how it will pan out. Kyren Wilson and Judd Trump
38.
have been in 60 ranking finals in total combined. They certainly know how to get over the line in matches.
$45. 46.
Just slightly lost the white in potting that plant. Might be forced into playing the yellow instead. If he plays the blue, I think he would have to use those pink and reds to stop the white. Could be to his advantage, of course, but he's gone back to the other choice, the extension on the yellow.
The reason he chose against playing the blue was the possibility of going in to the reds and pink.
48.
He never quite guaranteed something could potentially go wrong.
Yeah.
Took the more difficult yellow, struck it nicely.
$49.
Well, Kyren didn't go far enough on the red for comfort, had to really dig into that cue ball to avoid cannoning into the pack of reds, and that was the exact thing he didn't want to do, go into the reds, trying to screw around the angles for the red into left corner. Just possibly took his eye slightly off the blue, focusing more on where the cue ball was going. There's been many twists and turns in this match. To and throw, nip and tuck. This could be a huge moment. This really would be a body blow.
6. $7.
Yeah, winning a frame like this, when your opponent's had a good chance of being in control, it's even better than if you won it yourself in one visit. It gives you a great boost and hurt your opponent, particularly so late in the day.
14.
He was doing everything in his
15.
powers, Kyren Wilson, to avoid playing the little holding cannon into the reds and pink. Was looking for any option but to play that shot. I bet he wishes he'd played it now. Didn't play the wrong shot. Just put too much focus on what was happening with the cue ball.
22.
And now up steps Judd Trump for a counter-attack.
$23.
A player that has won so much in recent times thoroughly acknowledges that this is a massive moment in this match.
29.
He's in such a winning habit at the moment. Hasn't lost the season. Won 4 matches to win the Shanghai Masters. He's won 6 here to get to this final. If he can clear up here, he'll go favourite to win another match and another title. Plenty of room to get past the red.
37.
He'd be furious with that. Maybe the red to black, he could have been
37.
a little bit straighter on the black, but even still, you wouldn't expected him to make such an elementary mistake. Massive let off for Kyren.
You can't catch your breath. You could cut the tension with a knife in that arena. Things have got very, very tense. Whoa, what a time for that. Kyren Wilson. Unbelievable shot. He had a rough idea that red was going close to that right corner pocket. Played it at such a pace that he was trying to get distance between cue ball and object ball, fancied it going close, and well, it certainly went close.
Yeah, because as soon as he hit the red, you could see him glance to the corner pocket, winning it in. He'd love to be nicer on a colour. Decision to make.
There was a moment earlier on in this game when Kyren decided to take something on. The percentages were not in his favour and it cost him the frame. He certainly won't be making the same mistake twice. He's weighing up all his options here, Kyren Wilson. Doing the maths himself. Feels now is the time to attack, clearly. Had the guaranteed safety shot to put Judd in trouble there.
1.
Can't blame him for attacking. Can never blame someone for trying to win a match. But again, he could have left that yellow. And then you'd be questioning the shot selection.
While he was relieved, he didn't leave Judd a pot. He knew he was going to be in trouble. And difficult to hit. Very difficult to hit. Try and get it safe. Back to this pattern of play. Last 2 frames were quite fluent and won easily. We're back to this mini game of
fall. And it's Judd 7. Back.
Yeah, going back and
得赢了。
yeah, it nearly has the feel of a yellow ball game, considering the points and where the balls are.
分球。
Yeah, it's important. The white ball goes exactly into that circle there. Just
Kyren feels it's difficult to get enough swerve on the cue ball, bounce it into the left side cushion and find a wide enough line to catch this yellow, so possibly rerouting here. He's got to swerve so far around the brown and catch the cushion just before the middle pocket. Could quite easily catch this yellow too thin and push it on.
Excellent opportunity here for Judd to lay a snooker. Green, pink and brown were a big target. That's a mistake. Felt once he avoided hitting the green, guaranteed to snooker Kyren.
Again, another one of them shots where a thin edge is so important. Yes, the yellow has gone over the corner pocket, but Kyren Wilson's cue ball was absolutely perfect. The contact had to be. And in a way, he kind of deserves the result. Big target up in behind them colours. But it was very difficult to get there. Wow, what a mistake again. That's the second time Judd Trump has looked through a small gap and caught the red closest to him. Clearly there was not much of a gap between them. Now, referee Zhang Tao coming round to just... Well, Kyren, fair play, he's had a good look at it himself. He's convinced it's not a free ball. Looks quite tight to me, that.
Yeah, let the ref put the red or so beside it. But again, wasn't sure. Yeah, this might take a couple of moments to get the balls back, the exact position. Judd obviously felt there was a gap there.
And this really does need to be right. So the referee and the marker working together to get this one just right. Those balls need to be bang in the middle of those circles until a little yellow spot becomes clear above them. Only then will they know that they've got the ball replaced perfectly.
This is good TV.
This is tense.
Yeah, we've still the white to do as well. And yellow, of course.
Yeah, the yellow's good there, mate. So this final is still no clearer as to who is going to be crowned champion. Best of three it's become. And again, another frame that's gone right down to the wire. I think Judd is just stood behind this, possibly thinking he can maybe see a little more than he perhaps first thought he could. And I would have to agree with him. I think it's millimetres here, if that. But Judd just taking a second to explain. Not doing himself any favours here, which is very sporting.
That millimetre or two is vital for this shot. I think we're all hoping he definitely hits the yellow. Don't need these being replaced again.
Now, where's it going to finish? Wants it to run. Needs it to run. Well, this yellow is on now for Kyren Wilson. 11 points to the good.
Two.
Yeah, he's on the green. Green and brown required. One good piece of cueing here to go within one of the title. Brilliant shot.
5.
And making absolutely sure of frame ball, Kyren Wilson, as he always does, battles hard. And now he's earned himself a chance at lifting this title. He needs one more frame. Judd Trump with it all to do. Can the world number one fight back?
Kyren 14. End frame.
Yeah, Judd Trump concedes. And it's Kyren Wilson who leads 9 frames to 8.
请保持安静，谢谢。Frame 18. Kyren Wilson to break.
There hasn't been more than one frame between the players all day. Kyren Wilson would love for that to change. And change now. If it does, he's the champion. Kyren has won 6 ranking titles.
One.
4 other players have won 6 ranking titles as well. Kyren wins this, put him on 7. There'll only have been 14 players in the history of the game who've won more ranking titles. That's the bracket of greatness he's starting to move into.
Green ball.
This will feel so big for Kyren as well, though, not just because of the
Kyren
event
Wilson,
itself, but
1.
to win your first title as the world champion, with all the expectation and extra pressure that comes with that this campaign. It'll feel like a box ticked so very early on in the season.
And also, he would have beaten O'Sullivan in the semi, Trump in the final. Doesn't get any better than that. But he's still a lot to do, as close as he is to the line.
Brilliant cueing from Kyren Wilson once again. Not for the first time today he knocks in a red like that from deep in baulk, but that one surely the most important. Well, he's lost the cue ball. He's been a little bit unfortunate. Didn't get the full enough contact on the pack to keep the white down this business end. He's got the reds open all right. How do you fancy this one? We talk so much about Kyren Wilson's straight cueing. For moments like this, you rely on it. And it's delivered again. What a shot from Kyren.
Hey.
Brilliant cueing to stand up and back yourself in those moments. All the hours of practice on the practice table to stand there and knock them in. The sign of a true champion.
Yeah, absolutely no thought of screwing back, trying to get an element of cover. Just totally committed. Again, in that last frame,
14.
to beat Ronnie in the semis, he put a brilliant long red and followed up with a century. Will he do the same here? See, the black's not in play. Unless he potentially got
15.
close to it. But there's enough open reds. You can certainly break the back of the frame here. Forget the black and just get busy. Try and get as big a lead as possible.
Yes, it's all about cue ball now for Kyren Wilson. Keep moving his white around into areas where not only has he got options, but
20.
the pot is harder to miss than it is to pot. But as you can see, he will not be pleased with the outcome of that shot on the blue. Had a lot of room to overrun that shot. Looking at a speculative 3-ball plant here. He will definitely be sending his cue ball up to balk. Well, stop it. I bet you he wished he'd played for a colour now.
Earlier on in the match, he went for brown, similar enough to this. Yeah, played that very well.
Kyren Wilson, 21.
Heads back to his seat to just brush off that contribution now, Kyren. Disappointed by the fact he didn't get on his red from the blue. Took a second there to figure out where best to leave Judd Trump. Try and make it as difficult as possible. And he's left the red. Felt a very risky shot that for Judd. He obviously felt he had no other option. Barely had any room for error. Awkward cueing for Kyren, but one good pot here and he could be away again. Good shot.
1.
He won't be making the same mistake twice here. He'll make sure to overdo this blue, if anything.
6. Seven.
Just caught that red full enough not to be on the pink. Hardest frame to win in any match, let alone a final. It's the last frame. He's certainly having to work hard for it here. Setting himself up for this important red.
And again, knocks it in with full confidence. That type of shot, just stood behind it, telling yourself, come on, just one more good strike. Let this be the one. That could well be the one for Kyren Wilson. No signs of retreat. This time has taken the chance to go into the red, and this time has played it well. So this really is now frame and match-winning chance for Kyren Wilson. He's got the balls exactly where he'd want them. This is his chance to lift this title for the very first time. Judd Trump can only hope and look on as he prays for a mistake from the world champion.
19.
It's hard to see where that mistake will come from. But for the pressure, he's lifted the big one, Kyren Wilson. He'll be feeling it all right. But he's just taken a second here to gear himself up for this visit. A title-winning visit.
But the fact that he has won the big one will certainly stand to him here.
26. Seven.
And with that extra roll of the ball to get high on the blue, it's hard to see him not winning from here now. So 54 ahead, red, black. Snooker's required for Judd Trump.
He's praying for a miracle now, Judd Trump. This then, match ball.
Yeah, he knows it's over. He'll be feeling so good.
Kyren
7th ranking title.
Sorry, Fergal.
And having defeated Ronnie O'Sullivan in the semi. And Judd Trump in the final. Tremendous.
47.
He's shown us all this week why he's a very worthy world champion, Kyren Wilson. So very dedicated to his sport, hungry for more, eager to come back and pave his own way, build his own legacy in the sport. And it's great to see our world champion start the campaign off with another trophy. His 7th world ranking title.
63.
What a season this could be for him. Brilliant.
$69.
Little bit of a victory lap for him now as well. He's really put in a solid shift this week. As you say, he's beat Ronnie O'Sullivan in the semi-finals and now the world #1 in the final. Someone in Judd Trump, he just cannot lose in China at the minute. Shanghai Masters champion last month. He's fallen one short here, the world #1.
74.
It's apt as well in the home of the Terracotta Warriors. It's Snooker's Warrior, who's made history. Tremendous performance.
78.
Yeah, crowd love that. Not as much as Kyren did. It's been a fantastic performance in what's been a fantastic tournament.
And now Kyren giving Judd a taste of his own medicine. The crowd absolutely loving this, and why not? All this emotional energy leaving Kyren's body. He is our champion, Kyren Wilson, the world champion, and now the Xian Grand Prix champion. Huge congratulations to him.